Hi, Tom Falk here with Integrity Woodcraft, manufacturers of the Legacy Wood vents, here to demonstrate how to install the flush mount with the concealed frame. First we start by just getting the damper out of the way. A good twist on the end will usually pop it off, otherwise you can use a screwdriver to pry it off from the inside, as demonstrated on the packaging. Now we're just marking off the frame because the thickness of that floor is 1/2 inch. Because it's 1/2 inch, we're designed these frames for 3/4, so you can cut it down to any size. Here we're cutting all 4 edges of that frame to the correct thickness, and then we'll take it back up to the room and just check it for flush. Now that we know that it's the right thickness, that frame, we're going to center it on the opening and take some measurements so we can get ready to cut the floor to go over that concealed frame. We'll go back down to the chop saw once we have it marked out, and when you're using the table saw and the chop saw, please only do this if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, call someone that does, because it's not that easy to do. You can easily go over the line. Here we're just scoring the top of the floor and then go carefully in up to the line, and again the same thing on the other side. Once we're done this, we'll head over to the table saw and do some quick measures. Make sure you get measure to the right side of the blade for the one side and the other side of the blade for the other side. And when you're coming through, again, this should only be done by experienced carpenters. You can easily hurt yourself if you don't do it right. And then once you finish this part here, we're going to be able to just go back to the chop saw to cut the back side out a little bit further. And it won't be 100% all the way through, but you got to be really careful you don't go all the way through. And once you get this part done, we're going to simply just break out the piece, and we'll take a utility knife after this and just carve out the corners very carefully, and just double checking the fit. We're going to double break the sand, the edges here. Once the frame is installed and fits in there nice, we'll just double check the flushness of the vent. It looks good, so now we're going to put a finish on it. And again, when you do the finishing, just clip off the damper. No screws required. Then once you've rubbed on the stain and you've got your color match just right, I'd always check that on a scrap piece of wood, and then go to your bottom side of your vent, and then we'll just make sure we clear coat everything before we clip on the damper. And after you clip on the damper, you've got your finished product, and that's a Legacy flush mount wood vent.